Day 2 of training camp is in the books. We're going to talk about Zion Williamson getting in some extra work today. Also, how did Brandon, CJ, and Zion look last night? Plus, will Herb Jones play a little bit more of the 5? We're going to get into the show right now. First took away. That's what this extra money's worth. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This podcast is presented to you by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Propels Talk, located by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident. The Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Propels Talk. All right, let's get right into it. I'm going solo today. So me and Jarrett were in the building today. Got to talk to CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, head coach Willie Green, and Jonas Valanciunas. When I walked into the court, first thing I noticed, Zion Williamson getting in extra work for about 10 to 12 minutes today, strictly with head coach or with assistant coach Fred Vinson. One thing they were working on, which I really, really liked, Vincent brought out the high stick. They're working on Zion's arc, and we know how great Zion Williamson is going to the rim, attacking, putting pressure on the rim, and getting to the free throw line. If Zion's he's got good touch, good form. If Zion can shoot 75-80% from the free throw line this year, he's going to average 26 to 30 points. There's no doubt about it. So that's a really good thing to see Zion Williamson working on his free throws and also getting in extra work. Also saw CJ McCollum working with assistant coach Casey Hill from the 4-point line. He looks great. Love everything he said today as well. But more back to Zion Williamson, what we heard last night, dominant. Back to being dominant, and that's what you want to hear. And then also talking about today, Willie Green came back and talked about Brandon Ingram being more of a facilitator, putting the ball in Brandon and Zion's hands and letting them make the decisions, putting pressure on the defense. So CJ also alluded today to in his press conference stating that he's been playing more off ball, and he said something today that I absolutely love. One, he said, you forget how dominant Zion Williamson is. And last night we heard a couple things, but also CJ kind of alluded to it today, saying that he was dominant in the, I guess when you want to say the 5-on-5 session last night. Head coach Willie Green did say today that they will do one more 2 a day, which will be tomorrow, and then they'll have one more practice, and that's really it. So also thought it was interesting, Herb Jones today. Of course, Herb, he's a team player guy, but said that he would be willing to play the 5 as well, answer a lot of questions regarding, but, Herb Jones saying he'll play wherever he wants to play. He'll do whatever the coaches ask him to do. But I thought it was interesting because now it looks like they're experimenting with not only Zion at the 5, but also Herb Jones at the 5. And I know a lot of y'all have a lot of questions regarding rebounding, and I think that's fair. I totally agree with you. But Willie Green, especially yesterday and also at Media Day, is putting an emphasis on team rebounding. And look, last year, and even CJ McCollum said this, last year they were 6th best defensive rating, right? But CJ McCollum did say they gave up top 5 in second chance points. And they know, Willie Green and the staff know that if this team can rebound at an efficient rate and a high rate, they're going to be not only great defensively, they're going to be really tough to stop in transition. Because when you have guys like Brandon Ingram bringing up the ball, Zion Williamson, Herb Jones, CJ McCollum, the only ball handler like Trey Murphy, the only ball handler, Jose, I'm cutting myself off. The only ball handler the Pelicans really don't have is Jonas and Cody Zeller, but everyone else can kind of handle the ball. Even Larry Nance can bring it up. So I think that they're focusing on the right things here at training camp. Now you got to obviously see that on the court though. So also wanted to talk about what we also heard last night, BI being the main facilitator. I think this is a great thing. You already know, I love Brandon. He's an incredible scorer, incredible 3-level scorer. But we know, and we kind of saw it last year, late in that second half of the year when he got back and healthy, those last 29 games, he was averaging 8 or 9 assists. And Chaz had a great show last night. He even thinks that Brandon can average 10 plus assists this year. And I agree with him because Brandon is such an elite passer and it's not talked about enough. You saw it even sometimes in FIBA over the summer, but Brandon's a great, great passer. So I love that the ball's in Brandon and Zion's hands. CJ seems to be playing a little bit more off ball, but Brandon Ingram having the ball in his hands, making the decisions. And then also today, CJ talked about what it was like, not only with the pick and roll in Brandon and Zion, but also the space. Because as as a defender, when Zion comes and sprints up, right, and sets a solid screen, we all know Brandon can pull up. His mid-range is one of the best in the game. Same with CJ's. So as a defense, if you're going to play drop against this team, that's going to be tough to stop. And then also, we all know if you're going to switch on to Zion and a smaller guard, that's going to be easy buckets too. So head coach Willie Green talked about it today. So did CJ McCollum. And so, another great day at training camp. And I think that the vibes are great in there. There's a different feel. And I know it's hard because, y'all are watching. It's hard to understand, but there is really a different feel inside the building. And I was really impressed with Zion Williamson. I love that he's getting in extra work. And of course, CJ McCollum was getting extra work in, but I thought it was interesting. Zion's working with Fred Vinson on the far goal, strictly free throws. I mean, it must have been 10 to 12 minutes today working on his arc. And that's stuff you didn't really see a lot of last year, obviously, because he only played 29 games, but it's good to see that they are trying to get him more consistent at the free throw line. Once again, when CJ came on today, he was very informative. Talked a lot about what Zion and Brandon can do. And we, not only the show, but a lot of you guys in the comments talk about it. If CJ can lock in and really be this team's third option, let that sink in. CJ McCollum's averaged 20 points or better for a decade. I don't think y'all realize how hard that is. So if that's your third option, not to mention when you get Trey Murphy back, this team offensively with Borrego's pace and Zion and Brandon facilitating, the sky's the limit. Now the main questions are, can they get stops on the defensive end? You're going to need to see buy-in from Zion Williamson. You're going to see buy-in from Brandon Ingram. You're going to see buy-in from Trey Murphy when he's back, because you already know Herb and Jonas are going to be there. And CJ, look, he's no prime perimeter defender, but he's average. He does what he needs to do. He's smart. He knows where to be in certain situations. So that to me is what I'm like. If they can get stops on the defensive end, I'm not worried about them one bit offensively. I think I've heard great things from Borrego, and head coach Willie Green talked about, a couple of days ago, how he's just been implementing the offense and guys are really catching on to his scheme. So a lot of good things. Obviously they have tonight. They'll go through a scrimmage. We'll be back again tomorrow. And then they'll wrap up. And then, man, I think the first season game is the 10th, which is 6 days. So, we're ramping up here. One more thing I got to tell y'all. We're really excited to launch this. So tonight, Jarrett and CJ McCollum's exclusive interview is dropping tonight. We're starting a subscription-based part on YouTube to where you can support the channel. And we're going to be dropping stuff for members only throughout the entire season. We're going to be getting one-on-one interviews, a lot of behind the scenes. So we're really excited to launch this. We always appreciate y'all's support. The post-game recaps are always going to be free. All of our Sunday night shows are always going to be free, but we're going to take it up to another level. And we're going to start getting more exclusive one-on-ones with players and hopefully some coaches and more behind the scenes things. So, I want to say thank y'all so much for y'all's support. We love y'all's comments, good or bad, whether you agree or disagree. Always drop your comments. We truly love it. And we're ready and we're excited for this next step here at Pro Pels Talk. And I'll tell you this much. The interview with Jarrett and CJ is awesome. It's must watch. So we appreciate you either way. Thank you for supporting us. Like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what, first off, if Zion Williamson could play small ball 5 and what y'all really honestly think about Brandon Ingram being the facilitator. I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts. As always, we're presented by Crystal Hot Sauce and DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Boo Crew Media. Can you believe we've had 7 months without an NFL game? Crazy, right? Well, good thing that's over. NFL's here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving you a can't-miss offer. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 on any NFL game. DraftKings is hooking everyone up with game day greatness. Download now and use code BOOT to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code BOOT only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Once again, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll have another update for y'all tomorrow. See y'all later.